Hey guys, it's Trinity Volk here back with another video for you guys. And I wanted to do something that's a bit different for the paradigm of MK1 content creation because it's a kind of video I have never seen anyone make. And I want to do a video about the absolute worst cameos for Smoke in MK1, the ones that are just absolutely useless. And the ones that are bottom tier for him are just straight up useless. Um, there's no effective use case for them. They don't give him anything that's really like worth having, and for what they do give him is outclassed by other choices, right? So that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm not going to go into practice, show off any gameplay stuff, because I can articulate the stuff clearly enough without having to show you. Because a lot of it's pretty basic logic when you look at it. Like if you look at the character and look at what the cameos are supposed to do. So let's start. We're gonna go left or right. So first one on the list is Janet. First of all, there's no effective way to set up a Gento situation at all. And it is very hard to construct like doable Gento combos to begin with, even if you wanted to. Her combo extending ability is like basic at best and not possible at all at worst. If you could use jump punches to get full combos of a back forward 3 consistently, that would work, but it doesn't work that way. Unfortunately, if you try to do back forward 3 and do jumping punches, it just kind of wigs out. Like the hitbox hurtbox interaction is just not good enough to make it reliable. It might be like frame perfect, and it might also depend on the string that you go into back forward 3 with. Like it's very iffy. It's not reliable in the slightest. I wish there was more you could do with this, but I just don't see it. And if so, for any of my choices on this list, if you're a Smoke player and you actually use any of the teams we're talking about today, like full time, like it's your main team, I want you to let me know if I'm missing something here. But as far as I can tell, you just get nothing from Janet. There's no reason to pick her. Yeah, she's worthless for Smoke. It sucks. Second one is Farah. And Farah's a very similar story. You don't really get anything out of her. You don't really have any way to make mounted overhead valuable. I think that's a big part of this cameo is if your character synergizes with the mounted overhead, that's a big deal. And Smoke just has no way to make use of it. Like, he can do down back 2 and cancel it into the overhead, and it can be potentially an armored launcher, but it's very conditional. A lot of the time when you try to set it up, it just ends in Farah getting hit, and you lose your cameo for a while. Damage is mediocre. It's not very good. Combo extending is like, there's no way to push damage with this cameo. Not really. And she's like somewhat finicky too. Her combo extending is like a little unreliable to execute, especially in bad connections, because her gravity states just aren't good at all. She doesn't really give you anything on block that's worth it. You can't like make someone or force someone to take a Farah mix-up at all except on knockdown. And the low and overhead, once again, they just don't provide enough damage to be worth it. And especially if you hit like the overhead, the standing overhead, not the mounted overhead. If you hit the standing overhead from like max tip range, for example, like you're setting up a meaty situation that's as safe as possible, you cannot get full damage conversions. All you can do is like jump 1-1-2. Now, of course, if you could somehow set up pain and gain, that might be doable. And there is some oaky stuff you can do, like if you end a combo with 1-1, jump 1-1-2, you can immediately mount, and it'll skip you all the way to the opponent character. But it's not good enough to warrant using. I just don't think she's very good. She's not very adaptable either. So unfortunately, this is another one Smoke just doesn't benefit from. He just doesn't make use of the cameos that are meta very well, except for Striker and Tremor. That's pretty much all he does. Well, Striker, Tremor, and Sector. And those are good cameos, but that's my point, is that those three cameos do so much more than Janet or Pharah do for him. Another cameo that is just underwhelming is Lao. So you get good damage, you get free corner switch ability without having to sacrifice your combos. It's literally just when you hit with hat spin, you either do a jump forward to switch sides or you don't, right? But the hard to blockables are like, they're not reliable. Their damage is like not worth it compared to a lot of other hard to blockable setups in the game with Smoke. And yeah, like low hat just doesn't benefit him in neutral very well. Like it's nice to have, but I would rather have like Sonya Ring or something like that. And there's not really anything interesting you can do with teleport. So this isn't very complicated. This is just like the results you get out of this cameo are average. They're average at best. And even with the new orbiting hat move, I haven't found anything with it that makes it like, oh yeah, this is really good. Next is Jax. If I were to talk about most actually useless cameo in the game for my character, it's this. You get no combo convertibility. You get no throw combo. All you get is the +7 power wave. That's all you get. And that's not worth it with what else you're sacrificing. I've never played a matchup where I think to myself, I wish I had the gotcha grab for this. I just generally outplay certain cameo matchups. I've never felt a need to have gotcha grab. And like Smoke plus the ground pound just isn't doing all that much. If he could like break the rules of the ground pound like some characters can, that would be one thing, but he can't. So like, once again, this is like a situation where nothing the character has benefits your character in any way whatsoever. It's just not good. And final one I want to talk about is Mataro. So the thing is about Mataro is you already have good runaway, so you don't need that. You don't really need low shot, and you don't really get anything out of low shot that you don't get, with forward 4 right now. Now, low shot does have the benefit of being a low, but I don't know. It's just like the pushback also makes it hard to enforce anything dangerous with Smoke. There's also the health loss. There's also, Mataro can't extend combos with Smoke in any way. So that's just what it comes down to. You're losing health to get mobility that's like not better than what you have with like teleport cancels and stuff like that. And you don't get combos, and you just get the projectile. Now, turret is really good. If turrets had faster cooldown and it was up more of the time, that would be worth considering and looking at. But since you can't do that, it's just whatever. It's just whatever. A final one I want to talk about, because it's kind of a weird edge case, is Kano. So the thing about Kano is just straight up made redundant by the existence of Madame Bo. There is no reason whatsoever to use this character when Madame Bo is in the game. That's it. Anyway, that's the video. Thanks for watching. appreciate you guys sticking around. I want to know what your character's worst cameos are. And then if you're a smoke player, I want you to tell me if you think I'm wrong about any of these picks at all. And if you have a tech or something that can disprove me here. But I believe these cameos are just useless for smoke players. Absolutely useless. Just garbage. So I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching.